You think you're making choices, but most of your life was already decided by something you forgot existed. Not a god, not fate, something quieter. Your subconscious, the thoughts you didn't choose, the reactions that betray your calm, the emotions that arrive like memory, but have no name. Carl Jung believed this hidden mind isn't just part of you, it's running you. And until you meet it, you are not the author of your life. You're the echo. In this video, we're going to uncover the subconscious architecture that controls your behaviors, desires, and pain long before you think you're thinking. You'll learn what the subconscious really is, how it formed, and why it repeats what hurts you, even when you've outgrown it. Most importantly, you'll discover how to stop living from an old story and start remembering the truth beneath the programming. Because the power of your subconscious isn't in how it hides from you. It's in what happens when you finally learn to listen. It doesn't speak in words. It speaks in reflex, in impulse, in silence that moves before thought arrives. The subconscious isn't a place. It's not a storage box in your brain. It's not just where you store memories. It's the field where identity is grown, shaped, and inherited. Carl Jung didn't see the subconscious as a mental filing cabinet. He saw it as a living presence, older than your name, older than your voice, older than the story you were taught to tell. It doesn't forget. It remembers everything you survived, every emotion you swallowed, every version of you that learned how to belong by disappearing. The subconscious doesn't care about what's logical. It cares about what kept you safe. You don't program it with words. You program it with pain, with repetition, with moments that burned themselves into your nervous system when you were too young to understand what was happening. It is the emotional blueprint beneath your decisions, the unseen director behind your preferences, patterns, and reactions. It doesn't ask for permission. It moves before you speak. And if you don't know it's there, you will call its voice your intuition, its fear your wisdom, its protection your identity. But it was never you. It was the pattern that learned to play you until you remembered who was underneath it. You weren't born with a voice in your head. You were given one. Piece by piece, in glances, in silences, in punishments you didn't deserve, but learned to expect. Your subconscious didn't form through choice. It formed through association, through the repetition of emotion too strong to name, but too dangerous to ignore. The tone of your mother's silence, the way love only arrived when you were pleasing, the shame in your father's eyes when you cried, the look that said, "This part of you is not allowed." And so you adapted. You edited yourself, and every edit became a truth your subconscious believed was survival. Carl Jung said, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of the parent." Your subconscious is not personal, it's ancestral. You're carrying generations of silence, of masks, of emotional debts passed down through tone, not language. Archetypes, as Jung saw them, aren't fantasy. They're emotional blueprints encoded through culture, family, myth. You didn't invent your shame. You inherited it. And your subconscious, loyal as it is, memorized the world for you before you ever had the chance to question it. But now, the questions have begun. And when they do, the subconscious doesn't die. It starts to loosen. It starts to whisper, "What if there's more?" If something in you stirred while listening, trust it. These aren't just ideas. They're fragments of a truth you've always carried. Subscribe to Deeper Rewind for more unspoken insights. The kind that don't just explain, but remember you. You say you want something different, but your life keeps circling the same emotion, the same heartbreak, the same collapse. You tell yourself, next time will be different. But your nervous system is already rehearsing the ending. This is not failure. This is programming. Your subconscious is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to protect you, even if what it protects you from no longer exists. It doesn't follow what you say you want. It follows what once kept you safe. The familiar, even if it hurts, feels safer than the unknown. So you reach for what reminds you of your past, even while trying to escape it. You sabotage peace because chaos feels like home. You reject love because survival taught you that love was earned, not given. Carl Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The subconscious isn't your enemy. It's your first protector, your earliest loyal companion. But it doesn't know you've grown. It doesn't know it's safe now. So it keeps repeating the same emotion, the same wound, until you no longer call it you. Until you stop asking, why am I like this? And start asking, who did I have to become to survive? There's the version of you they can see, and there's the one that watches from behind your eyes, quiet, waiting, untouched by performance. Carl Jung called it the persona, the mask you wear to survive the world, the polished one, the agreeable one, the one who smiles while bleeding. The persona is not a lie, it's a strategy. It's who you became to be loved, respected, accepted, in systems that punished anything else. But behind the mask, your subconscious never forgot who you were before the performance. It remembers your rage, your softness, your defiance, your tenderness. It remembers what you gave up to be the good one. It remembers what you swallowed to stay safe. And so begins the war. On the surface, you act calm, rational, collected. Underneath, your body panics when nothing's wrong. You keep it together in public and fall apart alone. You say, I don't know why I feel this way. But the truth is, you've been fighting yourself for years. The mask wants to maintain the illusion. The subconscious wants to be heard. You're not broken. You're split between who you had to be and who you were before the world told you not to be. Integration isn't about choosing sides. It's about letting the truth back in, without needing it to be beautiful. Not everything you buried was bad. Some of it was sacred. Your sensitivity, your hunger, your boundaries, your wildness. But the world didn't ask for those parts. It asked for silence, for order, for softness in the places where you were meant to roar. And so, to survive, you exiled them. This is what Carl Jung called the shadow, not evil, but exiled. The pieces of you that were denied love, so you denied them too. They didn't die. They moved underground, into your posture, your tone, your insomnia, your shame. Your subconscious holds these parts, like ghosts in the basement. They whisper through your triggers. They sabotage your success. They panic in intimacy, not because they hate you, but because they've been locked away for too long. You were told to be less, so you became smaller. You were told to be polite, so you buried your anger. And now, you wonder why your body won't relax. The subconscious doesn't forget. It stores everything you weren't allowed to feel. And when it erupts, it's not your failure. It's the truth escaping. You don't need to kill the shadow. You need to meet it without flinching. Because what you've called overreacting might just be the part of you that finally feels safe enough to speak. You don't fix the subconscious by fighting it. You don't rewire it by declaring war on who you were. Healing isn't about domination. It's about reunion. Modern psychology will tell you to reprogram your mind, to overwrite the old code with new affirmations, new habits, new goals. But Jung didn't believe in fixing the unconscious like a broken machine. He believed in integration, the slow return to what you abandoned in order to survive. Your subconscious doesn't need you to change it. It needs you to listen to it, to hear the hurt underneath the habits, to sit with the fear before the thought, to understand that the pattern didn't come to destroy you. It came to protect the most delicate parts of you. You're not healing by becoming someone new. You're healing by remembering who you were before you were told to be someone else. The subconscious doesn't respond to control. It responds to presence. And the more you listen, the less it needs to scream. This is not reprogramming. This is reverence, the forgotten art of sitting with what is still alive inside you and sighing, "I hear you. You don't have to act out anymore. You're safe now." You don't need to become powerful. You need to remember that you already are. The most powerful part of you isn't the version that's polished, healed, or certain. It's the part that endured, quietly, invisibly, through every version of you that had to pretend. It's not shiny, it's not impressive, it's real. And it's been waiting for you to stop running long enough to come back. Jung didn't teach us to chase perfection. He taught us to return to wholeness, to hold the child, to hear the critic, to name the shadow, to remember the root. The subconscious is not your enemy. It's the part of you that loved you enough to carry the pain you couldn't face at the time. But now you can. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're just living a life that was memorized before you had the chance to choose it. And if this video helped you remember something you didn't know you had forgotten, then don't keep it to yourself. Because the moment you name what lives in the dark, you don't just free yourself. You give someone else permission to come home too. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to drop a comment below and share your opinions. We read every single one. Thanks for watching.